Hi children, this is Lakshmi Arvinder. Today we are going to see the triangles and its properties. Chapter number 6. Now if we'll see children, what is meant by triangle? Triangle means tri. The word tri is nothing but a 3. So a triangle is a three-sided figure. Triangle is a three-sided figure and which will be closed, or else we can say the triangle is a polygon with the three sides, three angles. Okay, and one more example, one more definition also we are having for the triangle children. What is meant by triangle means if three non-collinear points, collinear points means which will be on a same line. If we'll take any three non-collinear points which will not be in a same line, if we will join the three non-collinear points, then it will form a triangle. Okay, and always whenever two lines will meet, it will form one angle. So the triangle will be having a three angles and three sides. Okay, so this sum of all three angles will be always 180 degrees. This and all we will see inside the chapter. Now we will see few of the properties of the triangle. Okay, the first one is the triangle has three sides and three angles and three vertices. If we will take one triangle, it will be having three angles and three vertices, means where the two lines will meet, that point is called as a vertices, and three sides are three edges. Next, the sum of internal angles of a triangle always equals to 180. This is one of the important thing children. Always sum of interior angles will be 180 degrees. Next, the sum of length of two sides will be always greater than the third side. Here if we will take any triangle, if you will add two sides length, it should be always greater than the third side. If not, then it cannot form a triangle. Please keep it in a mind. Okay. Next, the side which is opposite to the largest angle will be the largest side. For example, if this is the largest angle, then the side which is opposite to this angle will be the largest side. The side which is opposite to the smallest angle will be the smaller side. Same way children, the angle which is opposite to the largest side will be the largest angle. The angle which is opposite to the smallest side will be the smallest angle. Next one, any exterior angle of a triangle. If we will take any triangle, exterior angle means if we will extend any of the part, here it will form one angle. This angle is called as the exterior angle. This will be always equals to the sum of two interior opposite angles. This I will explain you in detail. Why? Because these properties again we are having inside the chapter. Now, types of triangles. Whenever we will take children, we are having, based on the sides of the triangle, we are having three types of triangles. Based on the internal angles, we are having again three types of triangles. First one, based on the sides. Now, if a triangle is having all the sides are equal, if a triangle is having all the three sides are equal in length, then we will call the triangle as a equilateral triangle. And also, always in a equilateral triangle, all angles also will be equal and it will be equals to 60 degrees. Keep it in mind. Equilateral triangle means always angles will be equal. So, each angle also 60 only children. Always it's 60 only in a equilateral triangle. Okay. And isosceles triangle. What is meant by isosceles means if two sides of a triangle is equal, then we will call it as an isosceles triangle. Always the angles which is opposite to the two sides will be equal in measure. The angles which is opposite to that equal sides also will be equal in measure. Last one is scalene. If all the three sides also different in measure, then we will call it as a scalene triangle. Next one, by using a angles also, the triangles is sorted out as a three types. First one is right angle triangle. If in a triangle, any one angle is 90 degrees, that is right angle, then we will call it as a right angle triangle. Acute angle triangle is nothing but if all the angles in a triangle is less than 90 degrees. What is meant by acute? The angle which is less than 90. So if all the angles in a triangle is less than 90, then we will call it as acute angle triangle. Next one is oblique or obtuse angle triangle. That is, if any one angle is more than 90 degrees, then we will call it as a obtuse angle triangle. Next one, the median. What is meant by median means, if a line drawn from the middle of the side, if a line drawn from the midpoint of the side to the opposite vertex, then this line is called as a median. If we'll draw like that, children, each and every triangle will be having a 3 medians, and that 3 medians also will bisect each other at one point. That point is called as a centroid. That point is called as a centroid. Next one is altitude of a triangle. In the previous case, children, the median have drawn from the midpoint of the side. No, but for the altitude, it will not be from the midpoint, but the line which will be from the vertex to the side, which will make exactly 90 degrees with the side, means the perpendicular drawn from the side to the vertex. In a simple way, the perpendicular drawn from the side to the vertex, this is called as a altitude of the triangle. Here also the altitudes, all the altitudes, if we'll draw, that altitudes will meet at one point. That point is called as a orthocenter. Whenever the medians will meet at one point, that point is called as a centroid. Whenever the altitudes will meet at one point, that is called as a orthocenter. Next one, now we will see exercise 6.1. Here in triangle PQR, D is the midpoint. Okay, D is the midpoint. So from here to here they have drawn one, and they are showing PM is a line which is perpendicular. Why? Because they are showing this symbol. Now, what is a PM? PM is what, children? Just now I have discussed with you. PM is called as a altitude, and PD is median. Is QM is equals to MR? Is QM is equals to MR? No, children. QM is not equals to MR. Altitude may or may not cut the side into 2 equal parts, but always median will cut the side into 2 equal parts, but altitude may or may not. When it is an equilateral triangle, that time the altitude will cut the side into 2 equal parts. Okay, and also in isosceles triangle, the altitude which is drawn from this vertices to, that is the this is the 2 common sides, means equal sides, means the vertex which will form by using that equal sides, that vertex to the base, that also will form that also will divide it into 2 equal parts. But whenever it is a scalene and all, the altitude will not cut the side into 2 equal parts. Only median will cut. So always the QM is not equals to MR. So it's a no. The answer is no. Next one, exterior angle theorem. What is meant by exterior angle theorem means, very easy, children. I already discussed with you. Whenever we will extend one side of the triangle, then it will form one exterior angle. What the exterior angle theorem will say means, the exterior angle which will form here will be always equals to the sum of 2 interior opposite angles. Sum of the 2 interior opposite angles. Okay. So here whenever we will take that proof, children, how we can prove that? Means last chapter you already had seen the transversal concept, isn't it? So here if we will see the proof, this is the exterior angle, and now I am drawing one angle which is one line which is parallel to the AB. Okay, so if these two lines are parallel, then AC will be a transversal for these two lines. Okay, now we can say that angle 1 is equals to angle X. Why, children? If this is the transversal passing through the two parallel lines, if this is the transversal passing through the two parallel lines, then 1 will be equals to X. Why? Because it's a alternate angles. And also we can say that if this is one of the transversal passing through these parallel lines, angle 2 is equals to angle Y, because corresponding angles. So what we have concluded, angle 1 is equals to angle X and angle 2 is equals to angle Y. So from the both, what we can write, X plus Y is equals to, X equals to 1, no? So we can take 1 plus 2. So X plus Y is equals to 1 plus 2. So from this both, what I can conclude finally, the exterior angle X plus Y is always equals to the sum of two interior opposite angles. Okay, if you'll understand the concept is enough, children. This proof, no need to buy hard or anything, just understand the concept what I am trying to teach you. Next one, here how many ways the exterior angle will form? If we'll see, this already we had seen. If the one more side if will extend by this way, then here it will form one angle. If this side if will this is also one exterior angle. If this side we will extend, this also one exterior angle. Like that, the exterior angle not only here, any side if will extend, we will get a exterior angle. Now we will see 6.2. Find the value of unknown exterior angle X in each of the following. We know already what is the formula. Exterior angle will be always equals to the sum of two interior opposite angles. So here the first figure, in the figure only I will explain. First figure, X is equals to sum of two interior opposite, that is 50 plus 70. How much 50 plus 70? 120 degrees. Next here X is equals to sum of two interior, that is 65 plus 45, that is 110 degrees. Now here the X is equals to sum of two interior, that is 30 plus 40, 70 degrees. Here exterior angle X equals to 60 plus 60, that is 120 degrees. Same way you can do the remaining also. Okay. Next, children, find the value of unknown interior angle X in the following figures. Here interior angle X, children, we will use the same concept only. Here we know that the exterior angle is equal to sum of two interior angles. So exterior angle is 115. Then how much should be added for the 50 to get the 150 is one way of thinking. Or else if both sum is 150, then this sum minus this angle if you will do, then you will get the value of X. Okay, that's what X plus 50 is equals to 115. So angle X equals to plus 50, if it will go that side, 115 minus 50, that is 65 degrees. So angle X equals to 60 degrees. Now here also same way, exterior is 100. One angle is 70, automatically one more angle, how much should be taken to make a 100? It's a 30. In easy way we can think. Same way here, one angle is showing the symbol is 90 degrees. If one more angle we don't know, but exterior angle is 125. So how much you have to add for the 90 to get the 125? 90 plus 35. Same way you can do the remaining, no? Very easy, no? Please try to do, children. Now angle sum property of a triangle. Whenever we will take one triangle, children, always keep it in a mind that sum of angles in a triangle will be 180 degrees. Sum of angles in a triangle will be 180 degrees. For this also a small proof I will show you, children. What is that means? Just now I had proved you that exterior angle will be sum of two interior angles, no? Yes. So we can write 1 plus 2, the interior angles 1 plus 2 is equals to exterior angle 4. Now children, here if we'll take sum of interior angles, that is 1 plus angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 is equals to, in the place of angle 1 and 2 we can write angle 4, isn't it? So angle 4 plus angle 3. Here what is angle 4 plus 3? You know this? It's a straight angle, isn't it? So straight angle means how much, ma? 180 degrees. So we can say that we started with angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3 and we ended up with 180 degrees. So angle 1 plus angle 2 plus angle 3, that is sum of 3 interior angles in a triangle, will be always 180 degrees. Now we'll see exercise 6.3. Find the value of unknown values x in the following figures. Okay. Now we will use angle sum property. Here the first triangle, they given two angles 50 and 60. We have to find the third angle x. So we know already all the three angles sum is 180 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180. Here angle A they given as x, angle B 50, angle C 60. So x plus 50 plus 60 is equals to 180 degrees. Now angle x is equals to 50 plus 60, 110 is equals to 180. Now angle x is equals to here 180, here plus 110, if it will go that side, minus 110. 180 minus 110 will be 70 degrees. That's it. Same way in a next figure children. Here x plus y plus z. Same way, x is 30, y is 110. Then we have to find the z. So z will be automatically 180 minus 30, 110. 30 plus 110, 140. So 180 minus 140. That will be 40 degrees. Now same way fourth figure if we'll take, here both the angles are, two angles are same, that is x and x. So we will take like that only. That is 50 plus x is equals to 180. X plus x we can take as 2x is equals to 50 plus 2x equals to 180. Now 2x is equals to 180 minus 50, 130. So each angle x will be, x is equals to 180 by 2, 60 degrees. Next, question number 2. Find the values of unknown x and y in the following figures. Here, they given, here we have to use two types of properties to find both x and y. What are those properties? Means, if we will take the first figure, here we are having external angle 120 and in the two internal opposite, we are having one angle 50. Sorry. Here if we will take, in this triangle, external angle we are having 120 and two interior opposite angles x and 50. So 120 is equals to, we can write as 50 plus x. So how much should be added for the 50 to get 120? Or else x is equals to 120 minus 50, that is 70 degrees. Now x is 70. What about the y? See here, clearly I will show the steps. See, x equals to 120 minus 50, 70. Now we know that x plus y plus 50 is equals to 180 from angle sum property. So we already know the value of x is 70 degrees. So 7 or else x plus y is equals to 180 minus 50, 130. And again x equals to 70 if I will substitute, y is equals to 70 if it will go that side, minus. So y is equals to 130 minus 130 minus 70, 60 degrees. So x equals to 70, y is equals to 70. Next figure, if we'll see, here y and x we are having and here we have to use the property of vertically opposite angles. What is that means? If we will see the figure, here 50 it is there here. Y and 80 are vertically opposite angles. So y is equals to 80 we can take. So what about the x means? If we are having two angles, one more angle in a triangle we can find by using the angle sum property. Okay, by that way you can find. Next, same way here in a angle 3, sum 3 children, x and y both are 180 degrees. Okay, so first to find y value by using angle sum property from the triangle. Then by using the y, x value you can find by using 180 minus y. Okay, I am giving each and everything hints for you to do your homework. Please concentrate. Now fourth sum, I will show you here only the fourth sum. They given that x value, and we can observe x and 60 are vertically opposite angles, so x also will be 60. If I know x and y, x value, then two angles of a triangle if I know, then I can find the remaining angle by angle sum property. That is 30 plus x 60 plus y equals to 180. 60 plus 30 is 90 plus y equals to 180. Y is equals to 180 minus plus 90, if it will go that side, minus 90, that is 90 degrees. X equals to 60, y equals to 90. Next one, angle y, fifth sum. Here also same children. Here, if we will take y is vertically opposite angle of 90 and two angles will be same. So y we can take 90. Okay. Now we will go for the sum. See. So y is equals to 90. Now we know that by using angle sum property, angle x plus angle y is equals to 180 degrees. Now x plus x 2x plus y 90 is equals to 180. Now 2x equals to 180 minus 90, x equals to 90 by 2, 45 degrees. That's it. Next, properties of isosceles triangle we will see children. What are the properties of isosceles triangle? Means the first property is always the two sides will be equal. Next, the angles which will be opposite to the two sides also will be equal. Next, always if we will draw an altitude from the vertex to the side, it will divide the base into two equal parts. Okay, now we will see. And that two equal parts also will be a right angle triangles, because it's a altitude which will make 90 degrees. So two right angle triangles which it will form. Now properties of equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle already I told you, again we will see. All the sides will be equal, all the angles will be equal, each angle will be 60 degrees, and we will be having three lines of symmetry, means three ways we can cut the triangle into two equal parts. And always altitude and median both also will be same, because whenever we will take the altitude, it will also work as a median, because it will cut the base into two equal parts. If altitude and median will be same, then automatically orthocenter and the centroid both also will be same, because medians which will meet is called as a centroid, and the altitudes which will meet as called as a orthocenter. If altitudes and medians both also same, automatically the orthocenter and the centroid also will be the same. Next, basic properties of a triangle. This is the very easy children. That also I told you. Angle sum property is 180 degrees, and always if we'll add two sides, it should be greater than the third sides. Any two sides. If we'll add these two sides length, then it should be greater than the third side. If you will add these two sides, it should be greater than the third side. If you will add these two sides, it should be greater than the third side. Okay. Now we will see exercise 6.4. It is possible to have a triangle with the following sides. Based on the sides, I given you one property. What is the property? If we will add two sides. It should be greater than the third side. Here greater side is 5. So just add the remaining two sides, 2 plus 5. Is it greater than 5? No. So from the, as I told you, it should be greater than, but it's not a greater than. So we cannot have the triangle with these measures. Next one. Take any point O in the interior of the triangle PQR. Is OP plus OQ is greater than PQ? Yes. Children, why? Because if we will take any point inside the, this is also one of the property, if we will take any property, any point inside the triangle, then if we'll draw a lines for any two vertices, then the edge which is joining to that vertices will be always less than the sum of these two sides. So it's a yes. Next, AM is a median of the triangle ABC. It's a median. It seems median means, as you know already, which will cut the base into two equal parts. So is AB plus BC, here AB plus BC plus CA is greater than 2AM. Now they are asking us, is it true? Is it greater than? Yes. Now we will check whether it will be greater than or not. First, consider the triangle ABM. And here from the ABM, we can say that AB plus BM will be greater than AM. This is the one thing. From the sum of length of any two sides will be, triangle will be greater than the third side. Now take this triangle, one more triangle, that is AMC, ACM. From that triangle also we can write that AC plus CM is greater than AC plus CM, or CA plus CM will be greater than AM. Again using the same property. Now add both the left hand sides and both the right hand sides. If I'll add both the left hand sides, we will get AB plus BM, CM plus CA. AB plus CM, CM plus CA. In this, BM plus CM we can write as BC, the total side. So we can write AB plus BC plus CA, all the three sides of the triangle. This side AM plus AM will be 2AM, will be always greater than the 2AM. That's it. Next one, ABCD is a quadrilateral. Is AB plus BC plus CD plus DA is greater than AC plus BD? Here also same way, just now however we proved there, the same way we will prove, children. This is a equilateral triangle, sorry, it's a quadrilateral. If we will take all the sides AB, BC, AB, BC, CD and DA is less than 2 into AC plus BD. So how we are going to prove means, if we will take, children, first triangle AOB. From this triangle OA plus OB is greater than AB. OA plus OB is greater than AB. Okay, why? Because sum of two sides of a triangle will be always greater than the third side. Same way, OB plus OC will be greater than BC from the second. Same way, OC plus OC plus OD will be greater, here OD not a CD, is greater than CD. Same way from here also OD plus OA is greater than CD. If we will add all the left hand side, we will get all the sides, and if we will add all the right hand side, we will get all the both the diagonals. So you have to continue this sum as it is, however I did here. Okay, by that way you have to prove. Now children, we will see the right angle triangle. What is meant by right angle triangle means, as we know already, if one of the angle is 90 degrees, then we will call it as a right angle triangle. And always in a right angle triangle, the side which is opposite to the right angle is called as a hypotenuse. And this is called as a base and this is called as a perpendicular. Okay, and by using the Pythagoras, okay, he is one of the mathematician. By using the Pythagoras, what he is saying is always the hypotenuse square will be equals to the sum of two squares of the two sides. Sum of squares of remaining two sides. Again I am repeating, the square of hypotenuse will be equals to the sum of squares of remaining two sides. For this also proof it is there, but you no need this year, children. In a further classes you are going to see that proof also. Now we will see the 6.5 using that property. That is, in a PQR triangle, right angle at P, if PQ is it's a right angle at P it seems, and they are giving PQ. This is 10 centimeter. This is 10 centimeter. And PR is 24 centimeter. Find QR. We know what is the formula. Hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So here hypotenuse we have to find. So hypotenuse square, let it be like that only. And this side, both the sides we know. That is 10 square plus 24 square. That is 100 plus 576. Now hypotenuse QR square is equals to, we are having 676. Now this square if we will send to that side, children, it will make a square root. Means if I want to cancel the square root, 676 I have to write as a square of another number. Okay, so how I can write means root of 766 I can write as root of 26 whole square. 26 into 26. So now I can cancel this square and this square. We can write 26 is the PQ or QR. Next, in ABC is a triangle, right angle at C. Now AB is, now they are giving hypotenuse, that is 25, and AC is 7 centimeter. Find BC. By using the same formula only, children. What is that? Hypotenuse square AB square is equals to two sides AC square plus BC square. So AB square we know 25 square plus AC square 7 square plus BC square. So BC square is equals to 25 square minus 7 square. 25 square is 625 minus 7 square 49. So we will get BC square equals to 576. If square, if I will send to that side, it will become square root. Again same way, 576 I have to write as square of another number, that is 24 square. Then square and root will get cancelled. We will get 24 as a out. Okay. Next, children. In a 15 meter long ladder reached a window 15 meter height. Here 15 meters long ladder reached a window 12 meters height from the ground on placing it against the wall at a distance A. Yes, this distance is A. Find the distance of the foot of the ladder to the wall. So this distance I have to find. We know here it will be 90. So again it is forming one right angle triangle. So again we know that what is the formula? The hypotenuse square is equals to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So hypotenuse square, that is 15 square, is equals to 12 square plus A square. Is equals to 12 square plus A square. If I want A square, then A square will be 15 square that side, 12 square also if it will go that side, minus 12 square here. 12 square is equals, A square is equal to 15 square minus 12 square. So we can write 225 minus 144, that is A square is equal to 81. A is equal to root of 81. 81 we can write 9 square. So A is equals to 9. Next, which of the following can be the side of a right angle? See here, if it is a side of the right angle, it should follow the rule hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. So here also same way. The hypotenuse will be always longer side. So 6 point, here the given is 2.5 centimeter, 6.5 centimeter, 6 centimeter. So we can take it as 2.5, the longer is hypotenuse. So 6.5 square is equals to 2.5 square plus 6 square. So 2.5 square 6.25, 6 square 36. Here this side 6.5 square 42.25. Now this side we will get after adding 42.25. This side also 42.25. So is this a right angle triangle? Yes, because it is conveying the property that is hypotenuse square is equal to side 1 square plus side 2 square. Next, a tree is broken at the height of 5 centimeter from the ground and its top touches the ground at the distance of 12 centimeter from the base. Find the original height of the tree. Okay, here this is the full tree, children. First it was. Then the some part of the tree was broken and only 5 meters it is there, and remaining it falls down apart 12 centimeters. Now if we'll find this length, how much it fallen down, if this length and this length if I'll add, I will get the height of the tree, no? So to find this, we know it's a right angle triangle, it's a hypotenuse. So hypotenuse square is equals to side square plus side square. So 5 square plus 12 square. We will get 25 plus 144. Totally 169. So RQ square is equal to 169. RQ is equal to square root of 169. That is square root of 13. Sorry, square root of 169 means 13 square. We will get 13 out. So original height will be this 5 plus this height 13. So 5 plus 13, 18. This is your practice time, children. So you are having 2 pages of practice time. Again and again I am saying very less homeworks I am getting, and please do the homework. You can divide into 2 weeks. 1 week you can send the one part, 1 week, one more week you can send this homework, and try to do the homework and send it on Thursday. Thank you, children. Be safe. Keep learning. Lakshmi Aravinda.